Hi everybody, Mature Simmer here. So we're heading into round 4 of the Myrtle Beach Invitational, which is week 39 of season 10 of TGC Tours event here. Still competing to try to get a tour card, so we'll see how things go this week. I had jumped in mistakenly in the past round, advanced too far, so that's why they're showing an even there. Which also basically means I'm not sure that I'll be able to see the conditions.
Hey there, welcome back to this tournament already in progress. Time to kick off things here on the first hole.
All right, so looks like we have high wind, or certainly medium, because we did have some double digits with what was happening with the medium we had in round 2. All right, I think I'm good. It may move further than this, but we'll see.
That's not what you want to see. Just shanked it.
Again, as per usual, I did take some practice swings. I just don't include them because people understand what practice swings are. So I didn't just blindly swing, but sometimes things don't go as planned. And as we've seen in some rounds, things really don't go as planned. But hopefully this isn't a long-term trend.
It's all good. It's all good.
So
it happens.
It's kind of what I'm trying to feel here is, sometimes things just don't work out. So let's see. That, if I go here, we're basically, say, go down 15. So in theory, this should be decent. All right, at least third shot. Not bad.
Nice. That was the club.
All right. Bit of a challenge, certainly.
Par on this one.
Pin placement not easy when you're trying to figure out what it's going to do. Nope. Didn't estimate it appropriately. But it was close.
And off to a bit of a slow start after that first hole. We're over par, but don't worry. I have faith. That wind is going right to left out there.
And certainly not a trend that I'd prefer to stay on, because that's how I've done okay in the last couple rounds, frankly. I've not shot wonderfully consistently. It's just sometimes it's like, all right, I can somewhat make up for the poor shot, just as I did. I got close on the third, and if the putt had dropped, I would have had par, and someone looking at the scorecard wouldn't have known really much about the quality of that whole sequence to get to the par.
Something sounded a little bit off.
Again, not perfect. A little bit fast, but certainly not terrible. And it's likely too far. The chips, ooh, okay.
Godspeed,
a lot of roll.
Friend.
A lot of roll.
Long putt ahead.
It's hard to see. All right, that's up there. Now, there's I think a lot of movement off the blade, as you can see behind me. That there's a good amount. Wow. It kind of went up the hill. Well, maybe up the hill was going back the other way.
This putt's tracking.
So the challenge, ends up being, this was a lot of the first round, where I had a lot of bogeys. I was really good at getting in the hole one stroke too many. Obviously, that's not a trend that's going to get me a good result. Oh boy. Oh boy. Alright, so this becomes kind of a battle of the mind a little bit here.
On this one.
If I'm being honest, that's really what I've got to be concerned about at this point. that's kind of a typical shot, so didn't quite make
This
it,
is
but
your third shot.
it's close enough. This certainly is putt-worthy. You know, it's not moving that much, so went a little harder because I know I'm on the fringe. That moved more than I expected.
Good luck here. This is for par.
All right, and again, a little bit, so I'm going to go past the edge of the cup.
Looking pretty good.
All right, but we're par.
Nice. Dropping that down in the cup for par. Well done.
And so even on the rounds that I had, round 2, round 3, still had a lot of bogeys. You know, so it's not unheard of in my cycle. All right. All right, in this case, I'm gonna try 13 yards. The problem is 13 yards is technically pushes me a good way back, but we're gonna try and see if this might carry and then not go too far, because that's always been the challenge, is normally without the wind, the driver just overdrives the green. All right, and there we go. Come back, got it perfect. We're still gonna...
Anticipation. This could be good.
Oh, it might kick too much off that berm. It's all right.
And here's our second shot on the 4th.
Again, putter's a little bit safer for stuff like this, so we're gonna try that and see how it goes. You know, there's definitely a downside to that, is you know, you're losing a little bit. I did not intentionally overpower it.
6 feet here.
So hopefully this will go. It is downhill, so that's the challenge. I'm worried about the break off the blade.
So far, so good.
Ooh, almost not enough.
Count it.
But it worked. All right, cool. Making up a stroke, always a good thing. You know, put some of those bogeys behind us and claw back our result.
Teeing it up on the 5th.
So, you know, what I'm really striving for is kind of a level of confidence that I can sit down and I can go into a round and just not think about, am I going to have a good round? Just understand, yeah, I can play, and I can play effectively.
Great swing.
And that is really, you know, if I can achieve that, I think my... Whoa. Well, that was just unfortunate, is all that was. So,
shot on the 5th.
Right, a big break up the hill, less of a break, after. So I have to compensate for the left to right, I think, more so than the other. All right, looks decent. Little bit off, but again, that distance,
and that puddle
a 2-putt like that, I think is perfectly acceptable.
Okay, wind's picking up a bit. We got a headwind on this one.
Yeah, wow, this there's a lot of holding us back for sure.
Oh my goodness, just annihilated that drop.
And again, I've had, I think, 3 shots that were perfect off the tee. So again, that aligns nicely with quality of things. 3-wood's going to risk overdriving and bouncing into the water behind. I obviously have to play for the wind and the lie a little bit here. Alright, I think I'm alright. It's not drifting super far, and it shouldn't roll near enough. Ooh, it didn't roll nearly at all, which is odd. It was still a wood. Alright, so this is always a challenging hit for me, because I, in essence, have to do a partial. This is kind of the no man's land. I suppose I could do a relatively heavy pullback and hope that works. Because doing a partial swing, I mean, I still ended up very fast, but it's okay.
Okay. Could be a birdie on
But
the
doing a
scorecard if you
partial
drop
swing
this.
almost guarantees my timing is off, is the problem. So, all right, let's see.
This
Come on,
putt's
come on,
going.
come on. Cool.
Oh, yeah. I'll take it. I'll take it.
So, those become kind of the challenges, is there are
teeing up now
certain
on the
shots
7th.
that still just don't play well with what's laid out and what's available in the golf bag.
There we go. Great contact.
And this is kind of the only water, direct water, that you have to hit over on the course, if I
Setting up
remember,
about
is
115
that
yards
hole.
out.
So, all right, we've got wind, so we want to be careful. Perfectly flat lie for all intents and purposes. But a little bit of a stroke to the left, and obviously we then went that way.
That'll do for the approach.
So a little harder than I would have
Managed
liked
birdie this
to
hole
make the shot
yet for
here.
the event. Maybe that'll change here.
Let's see. I think this always moves too much. And again, it's downhill, so I need to be gentle. So I need to let the
Looking
hill do
super.
some of it. Oh my
right
gosh.
by.
That was really close.
And good luck here. 6 feet
That
to
was
go.
really close.
Looking good. That'll do.
Yeah, I don't love the camera angles on some of these shots, how they do it. Like, literally, we saw the hole, like,
Heads up,
as the
wind's
ball
blowing
was
left to
rolling
right
by.
here.
So you're not able to really do much. Almost impossible to land in a good spot unless you just truly choose to lay up. But again, given that my game is a little, well, let's be honest, it's not a little. I'm just trying to, speak politically correct. A little sloppy is what I was going to say. It's sloppy. That I'm used to hitting out of less than optimal lies. Sitting there and giving up 40 yards to potentially hit safer doesn't make a lot of sense.
Yeah, shanked her.
And again, I was thinking, because this is a hole I tend to do that on, have a poor shot like that.
Out of here now.
Again, self-fulfilling prophecy, maybe. Okay, that's the important thing. Recover with the next shot. See, because this is where I theoretically could have laid up, and
to the green.
is that a
This is what our
good
third
place?
shot's
Is that
looking
where
like.
we want to be? I don't know. Oops. So, let's go there. How far? I'm gonna go with the 46. I don't want to end up too far. So I'd rather be putting from this side than the other. And I would say that was a good call. 3 more yards, I'd be on the fringe.
Okay, this will save you par.
All right, maybe a little bit of movement there at the end. But other than that, this is dead nuts straight, I think. At least that's how I'm going to play it.
Going towards that hole.
All right.
That's going to work.
So again, good example of, if I gave you the scorecard at the end and you looked at hole 8, cool, you got par.
Wind is blowing.
You wouldn't
left
realize
to
I
right.
put it in the bushes to begin with. So that is, certainly a portion of the game I need to improve on. Again, I have been doing quite well with the tee shots and the perfects this round. Certainly my
setting up here about
best showing
140
ever.
to the pin.
But it's just not. I guess it kind of is translating. I mean, the 2 birdies I got were a result of obviously playing off of that. All right, we're gonna do that because this will at least get us on the green. But you can see this green is a lot. There's just a lot going on here. All right, that should be about right with the wind. Compensate a tiny bit for the lie. Okay, good swing, good swing. We are
Ooh,
at the
this one
pin,
might
but
need to
figured it would go far. But that, if I needed to
Well, you
call
ended
a
up on
roll,
the green, it turns out.
that's what I wanted,
Long
was
putt,
be on that
in your
side.
future,
Because
but
otherwise I'm really
way better
going
than I
through a
expected.
meandering shot where
Here
this
we
is
go, birdie putt coming up.
basically a sweeper to the hole. It's just, again, can I get enough of a read of how significant? Because at this point I'm hitting a bit of that heavier yellow, but I think I don't know. I might be going too far. We went back a little. We'll see how it goes. Yeah, that might have been, that was better, because I would have been way off otherwise. Again,
8 feet away.
a little more distance than I would have liked. It's slightly downhill. So I don't, oh, come on, move over. Thank you.
Oh, that'll
Wow.
work for your par. Nicely done.
I was like, it's not going to move at all. But it did, and some of it I'm sure had to do with the glacial
Teeing it up
pace
on
the
a
ball
par
had,
4
where
for
I
this
was
one.
really conservative with the hit. All right. I'm going to go here. I don't think the bunker would be directly in play either way. I'm going to kind of aim there and then let the wind pull me over a bit.
There's a shank for you.
Again, I can, for lack of a better term, I can feel that's coming. I just need to figure out how I change that dynamic when that's happening. Yeah. Okay. That actually worked out in my favor with kind of a poor swing path.
Now let's get into that green.
Otherwise, I may have hit that bunker.
Third shot.
All right. I'm just going to leave it with this. Oops, nope, definitely don't want to do that. All right, somewhat on target. Nice.
Potentially to save par.
All right, can we do it? Is really the question. It is potentially to save par, but there's a lot of movement. Yep.
Nicely played.
Sorry, that pop had to be irritating. Didn't mean for that to happen as loudly as it did. Maybe I meant a little bit, but
And the wind's a little blustery, blowing right to left on this one.
So, you know, doing audiobooks sometimes, that would be what's called a plosive sound. You don't want those. So, I know it is not a pleasant sound. I apologize for that, but it's part of the commentary.
Not your best contact.
Didn't feel that one, other than I would say maybe in the backswing a little bit of butterflies. So maybe I did. You know, maybe it's like subconsciously I'm like, oh yeah, I feel this is awful. This would be like 2 or 3 yards, which is barely going to get me back. And again, that I tend to overpower. I'd be over. I think this is the smarter play. I don't know that the 11's going to fully come into play, but it should come in a little bit. Oh wow, the slow doesn't help. The berm will keep me in the right place.
Now. That's about all I can say about this long putt coming up.
Yeah, this is
okay. This one for par.
This is a lot. It's downhill, so trying to be conservative. A little bit too much curve there in the middle.
Just missed. This one's 8 feet.
That rolled a lot further than I would have liked. Pretty much straight, I think.
This putt's good so far.
All right.
Good work
It moved a
on that
little
putt.
to the right, so there was definitely a little bit of panic as the ball was rolling toward the hole.
Best of luck to you on this par 4.
All right. Certainly, just hitting it, we've got, I mean, other than let's position it so it doesn't really have too much danger of blowing in the water unless I hit it fast. All right, which I did not.
Tee shot's looking decent.
Take it. We've got enough of an overflow that
Got about 215 to go.
not a
from
perfect shot, but not a disastrous one based on that. I don't know. I'm going to try it. Oh boy. That. Oh, maybe we'll end up on the dry part. Let's see. We did.
Okay, third shot.
All right, well, we'll take it. Keeps us from losing strokes because of the water. Not the cleanest thing in the world. So 7 yards. I need to hit it well. I think it's leaning a little bit that way. All right, we're at least dry. That's the most important thing.
All right, this next putt for the par.
All right, a little bit of movement downhill.
That appears to be online.
Shoot. I was worried it was going to just miss like that, and then that's obviously what happened there.
6 feet away.
Okay.
Good job. That's in for bogey.
2 bogeys in a row again. Not the trend you want.
Okay, this hole we got a tailwind to deal with.
Okay, this is a first. I always tend to be a little short here, so this may work out if I can get a solid drive.
Not an amazing swing.
Again, thinking about it at all,
right,
and
we're in the fairway bunker.
Can see what happened.
Let's see what you got.
I'm not a huge fan of hitting a wood out of the sand, but when it doesn't really change, it's hard to not consider it. So I need to go the full way, because this is going to take me still under 200 yards anyway. I think it's pushing me a bit that way. Alright, well, we got a good shot out of there. Ooh, wow, this may go too far. Yeah, it did. Wow. Alright.
This one's your third.
Wow. Looks like a full one, given that it's heavy rough and we're losing that. So I'm going to do that, but I'm going to try to just limit the roll, because it's downhill almost the whole way. I need to clear the crest is the biggest thing. We did. But even with the back roll, it just kept going. The downhill was way too forceful. Let's see now.
Really good.
Wow.
Oh.
I'm
All
getting
right.
close on
Nothing to
these
worry about,
reads,
just a
I'll tell you
bogey
that. I
putts,
mean,
that's all.
I'd say they're good.
There it is. Okay, let's do this. Hole number 14.
Wow,
Ready to go?
another one just in my craw.
Oh dear gracious! You just tattooed that one.
I think that should hold. All right, cool. I was
Okay, we're setting up.
where it
well.
landed.
You
I'm like,
might
are
want a
we
little
gonna
more
land in
distance.
the wrong place? Oh boy, 4 iron or a 5 wood. I mean, in theory, I'm gonna lose almost 13 yards, which would really, the squares are about a yard. So in theory, it's gonna land there, and then the 11 yards, mile-an-hour wind is going to push me back some more. So I'm going to go with this. This is a weird lie. Look at that square. It's like it's doing everything, but it honestly looks like I'm laying on a little plateau. So I'm going to just play it as if it's flat. Again, there was a bit of that. Feel it, like,
something went amiss.
and it's like, do I?
All right, let's get back in form. Coming off.
I'm like in the
3
swing. It's like I
bogeys in a
can't
row. I think we can
stop
do better,
myself
Greta.
from executing the swing if I was to explain it. So I know it sounds stupid. It's like, well, if you feel that way, then just wait until you don't. But the problem is, it's like a microsecond before you start the swing, and then you're already into it. So, and then trying to stop, you end up causing a problem, and you still hit it and get a really terrible shot. Not quite. Darn it. I was
From
thinking that
green
that was
side
iffy.
Bunker, looking for an up and down here.
Well, we got the slow. Stay. Okay.
Let's get out of this green
At
side
least
rough.
it's stuck on the hill. So that was the biggest thing. Right. Good, solid chip. You know, good
And here's an 8-footer
speed
for us.
on the swing. But yeah, double bogey. Or no, I guess it's a bogey.
Looking pretty good.
Oh no, oh no.
Oh, just a tap in
All
here.
right. Well, that hurt.
That wind's blowing right into our face on this one.
It is, but we're... Oh my god. Yeah, I can't do the driver. Adds another 50 yards. Oh, and I forgot. I'm glad I took a beat. We're down 42, so... but I think I'm only going to go down one club with the 11-mile-an-hour wind.
Yes, that's a good swing.
Again, not perfect, but darn near as close as I can get without getting that call. So, all right, still a long putt. Maybe the 3-wood was the thing to go with there. Hard to tell. 25 yards is a lot. But that is about where we're at, so I don't know. Hindsight, right? Not gonna move over as much as I had seen in my mind's eye of that, and wow.
Just, yeah, a little too much on there.
That's a little too everything on there.
Putt.
Wow. I didn't expect it to roll that far either. It's gonna miss, I think. It's gonna miss. Darn it.
Okay, this left for bogey. So far, so good.
All right. Well, we're hemorrhaging strokes in these last few holes. It's more like the first round than the 2 middle rounds right now, which is unfortunate. So again, good tee shot. Always
setting up about 220
the result
yards away.
we want. Okay, 10 is going to push over. This looks like it should be decent. A little bit more of a curve, but, well, it might work out. A little further of a roll than I would like, but
I'll tell you what, that was some,
it actually carried a bit more than I was expecting.
For eagle. And this next putt for the eagle. Let's go.
This is a bit of a mixed bag again. It's up a little bit and then down most of the way. So I think I want to be leaning toward the soft.
Oh, it could be.
Come on, come on. Thank you.
Oh,
I was worried it would hop.
Good work.
I was worried it would hop over. It did not. But yeah, I was pretty far gone.
And here we have a lovely
So I'm still 4 over on the round, even after an eagle, which is not great.
Oh, that's a shame.
I tried something during the I feel
luck.
it stage.
Shot here on the 17th.
Didn't work, clearly. Good news is I've got a decent lie. So, ooh. Alright, well, 2 bad ones don't make a right, right?
Setting up for our 3rd shot.
Okay, it's good. It's just will this compensate for the rise? Looks like it will. Little roll. Ooh, that's a bigger lip than one would think. So these are terrible because you basically have to power it over the hill, but then it just flies to the hole down the rest of it. So it's like, you know, what do you do? Like, see, it barely made it, but now it's going to gain, well, actually it wasn't too bad. Like, normally then it gains so much speed that it goes like 30 feet past.
8 feet to the cup. Looking good.
Ooh,
There we
almost.
go. There's the
Almost
bogey.
ran away from me there, but...
Okay, lengthy par 4 ahead of us here.
So, again, definitely that one, we can call it. 2 bad shots in a row kind of made it impossible to do well. Alright, not... Ooh, stay away from the bunker.
Like that tee shot.
Bounce over. Ooh, it hit that front edge and basically
shot on the 18th.
removed all the carry that it had. Alright, we've got... Well, we don't want to do a pitch on that, I don't think. So let's see if I go... Where's the... Like not hitting the normal. Well, maybe we do want to do a pitch. Why did it not go back to the gap wedge with the pitch? Alright, this might work. I think that's my best call on this. Oh, we're gonna really? Wow, the wind seemed to do nothing. So the pitch kind of negated the wind entirely.
Miss the green, unfortunate.
Wow.
And this is your 3rd shot.
Alright, we're gonna try this. Alright, we're up at least. A little more than I wanted. I wanted to make sure I could carry that elevation and not end up on the wall. This is a big move. Come on, now it's gonna come back, but not as much as I thought.
Here comes the bogey putt.
Ooh,
Okay.
I was worried it was gonna stay too left. All right. Again, +6.
And that's
not quite what I need.
Thank you so much for the round of golf. I had fun. Hopefully you did.
I mean, good news is, you know, we stay within, you know, still shooting the 70s in that case. That'd be a 78. You know, +24 isn't going to get me where I need to be. So we all know that. You know, so you could say, you know, trickling away a bit. Certainly the back half was not as good as I would have liked. That's where I kind of lost things on the 4th round. I was actually doing pretty solid on the front 9. But I still feel optimistic about how things went. I think I was able to recover from poor situations relatively quickly. I mean, I struggled right in the beginning. I then had those 2 poor shots right away, but then still came back and kind of made the best of what I could. I ended up with a bogey on that hole, but you know, it was solid shots and solid putting afterwards. So hopefully that shows that I've kind of gotten over that mental hump of getting in. I've blown it. I'm not going to do anything here. You know, and more importantly, really having done that, knowing that, yes, with that first round, in the past, I would have tended to have done continually poorly for the remainder, because it's like, all right, I've already lost my ability to get the tour card. I very rarely hit under par, so +14 kind of already puts me out of the running, so I should give up. But only then getting a +10 across the next 3 rounds shows an improvement of how I've been functioning. So hopefully you enjoy continuing to follow this journey. If you're a regular viewer, thank you again. But hopefully you're enjoying that continued battle as I try to get closer and closer. So I do feel this was a decent week. It wasn't what I want at the end, but it's getting there, and it bodes well for a possibility for next time. So next week, I believe I'll be able to compete. The week after, however, because of the requirements of when rounds need to be submitted, which is basically I would have to be done by Wednesday night with the first 2 rounds, and that won't happen. I won't be able to play before that. So I think I've indicated last time too, week 41 is a week that I will not be participating in, so there won't be any TGC tours videos that week. There may be very few videos of any kind that week. We'll see if I get ahead on a few things here and there, but it's certainly going to be much more sparse because there's going to be a week of time where I'm not going to be doing anything. So that's the situation, but we should have one more shot at it, and wouldn't that be wonderful if I could get my tour card in week 40 and take a week off and then come back and be actually in the tour starting in week 42 for the last few weeks of the season, and obviously hopefully maintain my status there and continue on from there. So that is the mindset I'm in of what I'm attempting to get to. If you've enjoyed this but haven't dropped a like, please consider that. If you're not a subscriber, consider that as well. Both of those things are greatly appreciated, and they do help with the reach of the channel and help the channel continue to grow, and more unique people coming in that can allow commentary and just give us all something to chat amongst each other about. I don't mention very often the Discord channel. It is linked in every video. Small group of people. We've still got less than 100 people that are in Discord, and much smaller group than that comment at all. But that's how a community gets there. We've got to get to that critical mass where we have an active Discord board. I think that's always fun for everybody. So if you haven't checked that out, maybe join up and participate. Certainly would be great, but if nothing else, monitor, and as we grow, at least you'll be attached and see when we finally get a little bit more activity going on. I will see you next time.